Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you some fragrances. I think I have something for everybody. So different tastes, different styles for the workplace. So often we're like, oh, what should I wear to the office? We need to be a little bit sensitive. Some places you can't wear fragrance, but other places you can wear something, but you want to keep it a little bit more understated. So I've got some elegant fragrances that are understated and something for everybody, because that's a category. Like, we all work, but we all have different personalities. I think I've got something that is gonna resonate with someone. So I'm excited to share this with you. But before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead. I would love to have you hit that button and join the Weird Wonderful family. We are amazing and you need to be a part of it. And let's get into this. So again, when I think of workplace, I'm thinking understated fragrances that are elegant, sophisticated, classy, put together. Those are kind of the terms that I would use. These are all fragrances that I would consider to be signature scent worthy. So you could wear them in lots of different types of settings, but they're not going to be overwhelming or obnoxious. You don't want something that's just full-on potent vanilla or something that's uber sexy at work. Well, maybe you do. Like, maybe you do. I don't know. If you do, you do you. But for the most part, you want something that smells professional. So these fragrances fit that bill, and I'm going to start with such a fantastic one that is affordable, and it is Quatra by Buhair. First of all, I got to show you the bottle. You just twist this and the nozzle comes down. So I just really love that. This is kind of a beautiful aquatic rose. There's lots of kind of citrus on the opening. It's so beautiful. Like, it's so beautiful. I'm like, why am I not wearing this more often? This is one that I'm going to be pulling out for spring for sure. This one has a lot of citrus in the opening. I would say slightly grapefruity, and it fits in the same category as something like an Idole or a Chance au Tendre, in that kind of same category of fragrance. So you're having that little bit of citrus opening with the primary floral being rose. There is jasmine in here. There's also a lot of fruit. So there's apple, peach, and big strawberry. I don't really notice any of that. Maybe a hint of peach or apple. It's, again, quite bright, quite crisp, I guess. So when I think of this fragrance, I think a crisper fragrance that has some floral in there along with that citrus, and then quite a heavy dose of musk. So there's also a bit of woodiness. There's vanilla and caramel in here. Every once in a while when I've put this fragrance on in the deep dry down, I notice a bit of caramel, but not very often. This just smells good. So if you want a fragrance that's an easy reach fragrance that's affordable, this one is gonna be your girl. But you have to like that more kind of almost an aquatic rose feel, or a fresh rose with that citrus on the top. But it's a lovely fragrance. Another one that kind of is in that same family would be Cyal by Paris Corner. I really think this bottle is quite beautiful too. So it's just really simple. There's a little gem on the top of it, but it's nice packaging, nice glass bottle. It's a little more musky than something like Quatra, but the other thing about this one is it doesn't have that floral. It almost, to me, smells peachy, but this doesn't have peach. It has bergamot, orange, and white grapefruit in. So again, citrus on the opening, there's a bit of woodiness, and then that musky feel. And that's basically what you get. You get kind of a citrusy, woody musk. And it just smells very refreshing. It smells very clean girl aesthetic. So if you like that clean, fresh fragrance, this one is very nice. There's a slight, just ever so slight sweetness to this, but it's not a whole lot. So if you like musks, like citrus musks, no florals, this would be a great option for you. I wasn't sure how I felt about this one, but honestly, I can see myself reaching for something like this, definitely in the spring and summer, if I want something just kind of fresh and clean, as opposed to something sweet. This one's really nice. So understated, you're gonna smell good, you're gonna smell clean, you're gonna smell like you took a shower. You're going to smell like you didn't just roll out of bed, that you took a shower and you took care of yourself, and you smell You smell scrubbed clean. No, it's a really, really nice fragrance, honestly. I would say this one smells classy. This isn't my favorite scent profile, but for anybody that likes a musky, cleaner smelling fragrance, this one's uber sophisticated and would work perfectly in the workplace. I'm gonna share one more that I feel like fits that same category, and it is Pure Musk for Her by Narciso Rodriguez. Pure Musk for Her is comprised of musk, floral notes, and cashmeran. I do get the floral in here, and it just smells, again, like a clean floral musk, but there's something about this that's slightly sensual and sexy. It smells like the girl next door that white jeans and t-shirts, so it feels almost a little bit more casual, very relaxed feeling. But there's something about the musk in this that, although it smells classy and sophisticated, it's actually why I bought it, because I wore it and I'm like, this smells so classy. I don't wear it very often because I find the musk a little bit overwhelming and almost gives me a little bit of a pain in the head. Tell me what you think of this one. I think it's really nice. And again, it's just clean. It's understated, but there's something sensual about this one at the same time. Maybe I'm nuts, but I find Narciso Rodriguez musk to be a little bit sexy. So it's like a sexy librarian. If you're a sexy librarian or sexy something and you want just a little hint of naughtiness under major class, this is the one to go for. So I'm going to switch it up and talk about a couple ones that are maybe a little bit sweeter, but still so uber classy, perfect for the workplace. And like, I'm lucky because where I work, I can wear pretty much whatever I wanted. I'm not super close to anyone. That said, I don't want something that projects massively, and I don't want something that smells like, you know, I should be going out for an evening dressed up or whatever. So nothing too fancy. One that's just happy. And whenever I want something that's mood boosting, I'm going to reach. People called me out and said, you know, you didn't mention Wonderland Peony. And I didn't, because I've talked about it so much in my mood boosting video. Floral Street's Wonderland Peony. First of all, I love this bottle with that flower in the background. I really like Floral Street bottles. I just think they're really cool. And it's almost like they're illuminated from within somehow. This is a beautiful fruity floral. I get raspberry. There's a little bit of cotton candy in here, so it is a bit sweeter, but it has some vetiver. I think there's cedar in here that kind of grounds it. And then you get a whole whack of peony in here, which to me is a sweeter, lighter. It smells almost like a sweet, light pink rose is what I think of when I smell peony. So I really, really enjoy this fragrance. I think it's fun to wear. It's so uber happy. And this would be the kind of fragrance that I would tend to gravitate towards for an everyday fragrance. If I was working in kind of an office setting that was a little bit more casual, I'd probably reach for something like this because it's really fun to wear. It's sweet, but it's not too overpowering. It projects enough, but not too much. And it's just an easy reach, great fragrance that to me would honestly make a gorgeous signature fragrance, but it is a little bit more youthful in my opinion. So like, it doesn't smell, I don't think of elegance when I smell this. I don't think classy. I think fun. I think slightly whimsical, but still put together. So really enjoy this one. It's so fun. Another fragrance that is on the sweeter side that I absolutely adore is Claudio Zucca's BENJOIN En Fleur. This fragrance has a lot of fruit in it, but it smells clean at the same time. And it smells kind of like bubblegum, clean bubblegum. It'd be like if you had dryer sheets that smelled like bubblegum, that would be what this is. So really enjoy wearing this one. I find this one bizarrely refreshing. Besides having an absolute crazy amount of fruit, like red fruits, blueberry, cherry, apple, bergamot. There's also a ton of florals in here. It doesn't have any tuberose, but somehow it smells a little bit tuberosy to me. Maybe it's just because of the sweetness or the fact that I think bubblegum when I smell this, but it has ylang ylang, there's frangipani in here, champaca, orange blossom, there's vanilla, there's jasmine. So just a ton of floral notes along with some amber, benzoin, and musk. I definitely get a little bit of that musky feel. This is so It feels clean, it feels calming. It's not too in your face. It smells put together, but with a little hint of fun in there. So really enjoy this one. I think that this is an excellent work fragrance. It also lasts a really decent amount of time on the skin. And as you can see, like I got this, I think last fall, and considering the size of my collection, I definitely have worn this one quite a lot. So really, really enjoy this one. I just think it's beautiful. It's somehow refreshing. It's grounding in a way, but there's a hint of fun in there that I think makes this such a great, great fragrance. So if you're kind of the life of the party at the office, but you still want to smell like you got your poop in a group, this is the one to go for sure. Now, the next fragrances to me are more falling into a category of your workplace is a little less casual. If your workplace is super casual, a lot of times you can wear whatever you want. But if your workplace, you know, you've got office casual, but then you've got a little bit more traditional, you want that sophisticated, classy, elegant work fragrance, I would start with Trussardi Donna. This one is affordable. It's long lasting on the skin. There is a hint of sweetness to it. It's just so easy to wear. It's got some lemon and yuzu in it. There's some white florals in here along with lotus, maybe a little bit of an aquatic feel. There's some woodiness in here, vanilla. I get kind of a very almost like an aquatic lemon custard that's got a floral infusion in there with a hint of vanilla. It's not too creamy. It's just beautiful. I don't know how to describe it other than to say it's kind of refreshing with that lemon and that yuzu. That's not too overpowering. It's classy because it's got some florals in there that are just kind of understated. They don't feel like in-your-face florals with that hint of vanilla. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I think of someone that's got high heels on. She's got a gorgeous work bag, fully leather. She's a bit of an exec, but she still likes to smell like uber feminine, a little bit soft, but classy and sophisticated. So, so good. Lasts forever on the skin. There's a few different versions. There's an EDT, Donna EDT. Comes with kind of more of an ombre clear with some silver as opposed to the gold. There's an intense version of this, but the straight up eau de parfum is the best. And this lasts about 10 hours on the skin. And it'll take you definitely from your work to evening because it kind of gets a little bit more vanillic and a little bit more woody when you hit that kind of later time of the day. So I really, really enjoy this one, and it's such a great price. So it's an excellent, excellent value for what you're getting for sure. Now, I mentioned this one not too long ago. I think that this is the perfect boss lady fragrance. This woman, she runs boards, man. Like she's the CEO and she wears Thara Gold. First of all, I really like this bottle. It's a thick frosted glass. I think it's gorgeous. The cap is even heavy. The fragrance inside, very, very similar to YSL's Libre Intense. So definitely more vanillic. It's got some lavender in there. There's also some orange blossom in here. I definitely find it to be a floral vanilla with a nice dose of lavender, which I really enjoy. You have to like lavender. So if you find lavender off-putting, this one won't be for you. This is a very serious fragrance. This is classy. It's quite potent and powerful. I would say that out of all of these, this is the fragrance that's kind of the most in your face. It's like don't mess with me type fragrance. So I think this is great for like a CEO or the head of a company or an entrepreneur, but you want to be taken really seriously. This is the fragrance. Like you walk around, no, I'm kidding. So anyway, this gorgeous fragrance, like you can't go wrong. This one definitely has more vanilla as well as that lavender, but I just think it smells super serious and very sophisticated. So this next fragrance is affordable and it is also a lot more serious feeling. Thara was affordable too. This one is Kismet for Women by Maison Alhambra. This bottle is so freaking gorgeous and it's super duper heavy. So I absolutely love the bottle with this one. Some people say that this is similar to Kilian's Good Girl Gone Bad. I haven't tried that one, so I can't weigh in. But I just think that this is a beautiful, beautiful peachy white floral. In fact, like, I love it. I haven't smelled this one in a long time. I pulled it out of storage, but it has apricot, there's jasmine and rose in the opening, narcissus and tuberose in the heart, and then the base is amber and cedar. I definitely feel like this is a white floral. So you're getting, like, I don't notice the rose. I get a lot of white floral. The apricot, to me, I always think of apricots, peaches, very similar. I can't tell the difference. So to me, it just has that peachy smell, but the white floral is definitely the star of the show. I do get a hint of that amber in there. This smells quite perfumey, and I would say that this is the most old school fragrance. So Good Girl Gone Bad, like, I have sniffed it. I've just never worn it on the skin. I found it to be quite old school fragrance. It smells to me almost a little bit vintagey, but it is a really solid white floral. So if you like white florals, this one might be great for you. It's definitely polarizing, so you're gonna either love it or hate it, in my opinion. But I really enjoy this one if you want to just smell quite feminine, alluring, but classy and put together. This one is beautiful. I think it is very serious, and it's a perfume for a woman kind of feel. I don't think like ingenue or something whimsical or fun or casual. This is more of a formal smell to me. So I think of a beautiful blazer with a skirt or something that's a little bit more business formal as opposed to business casual with this one. Another fragrance that I think is super serious but very sophisticated, and it's very, very different, is Ghost by Untamed Perfumes. This is definitely an iris-centric fragrance, so there's quite a powdery floral component to this. It's got iris and orris in it. I just think it's beautiful. There's some white florals in here as well. In the top, you have camphor and mountain air. So there's this crisp, cool smell that you get when the opening happens. But quickly that camphor feel disappears. But while it's on the skin, I just find it really refreshing and grounding. And then you get a really healthy dose of iris and orris butter, which is got kind of an earthy, powdery feel to it. And as this dries down, you get vanilla, musk, and an old book accord. An old book accord smells slightly powdery / dusty. You know how if you open up some old book and it's a little bit dusty and it smells a little bit vanillic? That's the feel that you get in this. So there's a musky, soft vanilla, powdery. I think that this is also very formal. It smells serious in that it doesn't have any massive sweetness. There's a slight sweetness in here, but it smells very sophisticated and almost like, are they wearing perfume? Like, that's kind of the feel to me of this one. I just think it's beautiful. And interestingly, my son tried this one, which really shocked me. He's always experimenting in my collection, and he said, oh yeah, I tried that one. I really enjoyed it, which shocked me because he normally goes for quite sweet. I would categorize this as elegant. And again, I think formal as far as a workplace fragrance is concerned. It fits kind of more of that formal, serious environment, but there's something comforting about this one. This one also, although it lasts uber long on the skin, like a good 11, 12 hours on the skin, it sits a little bit closer to the skin. So you're not going to smell this if you're sitting in a boardroom. You're not going to smell this necessarily across the table, but if someone comes in for a hug or comes in a little bit closer, they're going to smell just a very beautiful smell that's not too anything. So this is not too floral. It's like, other than it's iris, obviously, but it's just, it smells like a beautiful, slightly cool smelling powder, slightly cool vanilla smelling powder. So I love this. I think it's honestly a bit of a masterpiece. Lots of her fragrances are, in my opinion. I'm just so impressed with it. It's just, I've never smelt anything quite like it. So I absolutely love this one. 2 more work fragrances for you. First one, I always talk about this when I talk about a work fragrance. and it is Elie Saab Le Parfum. Now this one is primarily orange blossom. There's other notes in there, but definitely a good dose of orange blossom in here. There's a hint of jasmine. There's also honey in here, and you get some cedar as well. So this is straight up white florals. That's primarily what you get. I get compliments on this one, and this is quite sexy, honestly. But it's not bam in your face, sweet, gourmand type sexy. It's not va-va-voom sexy, it's feminine sexy. So this is a fragrance that's a powerhouse as far as the longevity is really decent on this one. This one is going to project a little bit more. You're going to smell definitely classy in this one. It's just a beautiful floral. This is also, like, Elie Saab is known for their wedding dresses, and so this is supposed to be kind of like a wedding floral as far as I understand. Elie Saab Le Parfum in white also has the white florals, but it has this beautiful peach in the opening, and it's actually a fragrance that I still want to get, so I really enjoy it. But this one, uber white floral with this hint of honey that creates just slight animalic feel, but not too much. So it's kind of sexy, but still really classy and sophisticated. So this would be a fragrance where I don't think of wearing necessarily a power suit or anything like that, but it's definitely feminine. You're in a dress, high heels. Like, I can see a lawyer actually wearing this. You're around a lot of men, like, not to sound weird, but around quite a lot of men, and you want to hold your own, but you want to smell classy and slightly sensual. Mix it up a little bit. I don't know. I think that this would be great. So I imagine a beautiful dress, high heels, but again, a very, a more serious work environment or a more formal work environment. I think that this would work beautifully in that. But you have to like white florals. Again, I find a fragrance like this to be a bit polarizing. If you don't like florals, don't go for this one. And the last one, I could not include this for the workplace. It is Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. Now, this fragrance is also one that men tend to really, really enjoy. It's been around for a while. It's so classy. I don't know what it is about this bottle. So I don't know if you can hear this. So to me, that sounds like really fancy glass, whereas this one is glass, but it's really thick smell. It's thick, so it's got a thicker thud to it. Whereas this one, the glass feels really thin and dainty, and again, I think classy. I love the Chanel bottles. I just think they're beautiful. What makes this such an amazing work fragrance is, first of all, it's gonna last 10 to 12 hours on the skin. Amazing longevity. This is floral with a slight aquatic feel that's grapefruity. This one is more of a sweet orange citrus. And that smell, that sweet orange stays the whole entire time you're wearing the fragrance. This also has, to me, the trifecta of florals is orange blossom, jasmine, and rose. This has all of that along with mimosa and ylang ylang. I find this uber relaxing. It's got musk, patchouli. Some people find the patchouli in here to be almost a little too much. It's got vanilla, vetiver, tonka, and opopanax. Don't know what that is. But anyway, as it dries down, you get a lot more vanilla and a bit more woodiness. I find that this one morphs on the skin as you wear it, but you never lose that sweeter orange feel. I think that this is so beautiful. This is kind of like the easy reach office fragrance, in my opinion. You can never go wrong with this one. And there's enough sweetness to this that it's alluring and just a wonderful smell. So I can't see this one being overly offensive to many people. Now, people really got sick of this because it was so popular for so long. So tons and tons of people wore it, and then it's like, everyone wears this fragrance. But it's been a long time, and I don't think as many people are wearing this one. So Baccarat Rouge would be, to me, the one that it's like, everyone wears this one. If you want to smell just beautiful and very, very on your game, to me, this is a great fragrance. Plus, I just find it really grounding. Even if I feel sick to my stomach, I'll put this fragrance on and it somehow calms my stomach. I don't quite get it. So I just love this fragrance. It's one of my favorites of all time, honestly. I just love this one. You can't go wrong. Perfect signature fragrance. It'll take you from day to night. You're gonna smell classy. You're gonna smell sophisticated, put together, elegant, all of the good things that you wanna smell like at work. At least I think that's what people want to smell like. Love Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. It's the perfect work fragrance. So what about you? What have you tried? What is your work fragrance? What is the fragrance, or maybe 3 fragrances that you gravitate towards? Please leave it in the comments. I would love to hear about them, and so would everybody else. And other than that, have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.